Yo, what's up everybody? WackoSirJason here, back with another video. And yeah, I did a lot of videos. If you check out my last video, which was Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Human Centipede, I kind of failed a little bit on the editing, but it was really funny. I have two people in the game, or one person in the game. What happened to oh yeah, I forgot there's no hot dog. Yeah, but the pig in the suit guy's in the game, or party. But like, you can't hear him right now because I told him to not allow voice to be shared. Because I just want to do an interview with you guys. Not an interview, but like a little, you know, conversation with you guys. So yeah, this is the start of a thing called Minecraft Countries. So Minecraft Countries, if you did not know, I'll be explaining everything in this video. So if you're a new guy who, if you're watching the video and you actually came onto this world and stuff, I will tell you everything. So if you ever have a question in the world, just watch the video while you're watching right now. So I mean, so let's say for example you're a new guy in the world and you're gonna be asking somebody or asking me. I'm not gonna really tell you. I would say watch the video before you start. So yeah, so here's the little thing. This is the spawn and stuff, and I'll explain everything you know, one by one. So first thing, this is Minecraft Countries. All right, Minecraft Countries is a game mode just like Factions and a little bit like Risk, the board game. So, and I said Risk. So if you know those two, you will have a better understanding of this world. But the thing is, this is country. So you can do is when you join the world, you can either join a country or make a country. Right now there's only one country in the world, so it's either join or make, obviously. So after that, you join a real country in the world. For example, this guy who just started out, he named his country Cuba, and this is his gamer tag right here. Not having the slashes or whatever that's called, parentheses. Yeah, parentheses. Besides the parentheses, that's actually his gamer tag right there on PlayStation. So if you want to follow him, I mean, that's up to you. But I mean, so yeah, that's one country. So when you join, first thing I say is what country you want to be. So you obviously pick one of these countries, and after you click the country, you get to go anywhere in the world. Right now, this is the only maps we discovered. This is a medium-sized world. Last time I put on large, it got kind of corrupted because how much shit there was in the world, because it was like packed with stuff. So we're in the middle of the map. This is the little green dot right there. Put this glass here just in case nobody breaks anything. I don't like when people break things and spawn, like whatchamacallit, signs and stuff. But yeah, that's the whole point about countries. You can either join a country or make a country. So first country I'm going to show you, which is like the only country, is Cuba. And for example, let's say I join the world and I want to join a country, and instead of make a country, I would join this country. All right, so let's say I join this country, Cuba. It's owned by Hot Dog, so he's my owner and I have to listen to them whatever happens. So for example, like if he tells me to do something, I have to do it because he's basically the owner of the country. Also, it depends on government, so he can't basically tell you whatever you want to do. It depends on what kind of government you have. So if you go back up here, you go to the government board, which is right here. His government is capitalism. So if you don't know what capitalism is, these are not exactly, you know, actual like governments. So some of these might be incorrect, but this is just a part of the world. So you have an option of 5 governments you could choose, which is capitalism, which they have a similarity of communism and fascism. So they care about their military, so they are more military builders, and they like to have middle class. So if you're a guy who works at McDonald's and you're a guy who's a doctor, you guys will have the same amount of money. So this is what he chose. He chose a dictatorship, so he has more control over you, so you have to do whatever he wants, like he's your slave or something. The communism, fascism, and capitalism, you do have to listen to the owner like a slave, because he does have full control over you. While monarchy and democracy, they can't really do anything about it. You have more freedom in those countries. You obviously have more freedom in democracy, but you both have more freedom in these country kind of governments. But fascism is more, they worry about their military, their ecosystem and stuff. if you're working at McDonald's, you earn, you know, a couple bucks. If you earn if you work at a hospital, you probably earn more money. So this is a good thing about fascism, I guess you could say, which capitalism doesn't offer. Communism, they don't worry so much about the military, so the military power is not as strong as fascism or capitalism, but they want everybody to have an equal amount of money, and no poor class and no rich class, so they always have a middle class. Monarchy, monarchy is going to be more like democracy in a way, so you have more freedom in these little governments. So if you're owner, it's gonna be worse for you to choose monarchy and democracy, but better for your people who join your country, and also better for your fake people that you build. Besides, also this world, and when you start out, you do have to build houses, and you do have to build farms for your population. All right. So if you build houses, for example, like 2 houses, maybe 3, you gotta build some farms with it. The more houses you build, the more farms you have to expand on. If you want to build a military, you need to be legit. You need to have fuel, you need to have electricity, which you can build that with solar panel farms. You can build that with the fuel. You have to be in the desert. You don't have to build in a desert, but you have to be in a desert to have fuel farm like areas so you can get oil. And the more military you have, the more oil you have, and more electricity you have. So it's the same thing with farms and stuff. Farms is obviously for more people, and electricity and fuel is more for building more military. But a monarchy, when you're the owner, you're always going to be the owner, basically. That's the only difference. All right, you're always going to be the owner until you say you don't want to be the owner anymore. Which owners can leave their own the country. They can actually leave their own country, but it's not that easy. You need to have at least 2 people in your country. Reason why is because it depends. If you're a democracy country, you need to at least have 2 people. Other than that, these countries, you need at least have 1 other person. Reason why is because when you leave, you need to make somebody the owner of the country. So right now Cuba has 2 people. So right now the owner of Cuba, who just started a hot dog, he can leave the country right now, and the owner, the guy in the game, Ryluth, who's also in Cuba, he will become the new owner according to hot dog. So yeah, owners can leave the country, but democracy, you need to have parties in your country. So you need to have people in your country to start up parties. At first, when you start a democracy country, the owner of the country, they're always going to be the leader until there's at least 2 parties. So that's how it's going to work. At least 2 parties. You can build as many parties as possible. You just need at least 2, and after you get at least 2, that's when you can actually start the elections and stuff like that. But if you are the owner of the country and you made the country and you don't get elected as a leader, and if you don't get elected as a leader and somebody else gets elected as a leader, they're basically in charge of you. They basically own the country. So if you really always want to be the leader of your country and always have full control, don't pick democracy. Pick one of these 4. But just warning you guys, if you don't want any citizens of your country to own your country that you built, don't pick democracy. Some people did pick democracy and some people didn't, so it depends on what you feel. So this is the government system. Obviously, I showed you Cuba as capitalism, and yeah. Let's get to the next board. Countries, obviously the only one. The religion. So religion, it's not really a big thing. It's more of a fun thing. In our last Countries World season 3, season 3, by the way, this is season 4. It got corrupted 2 days ago while making this video. Oh, sorry guys. We had languages, which was very useless because we never had people who spoke another language join our world. I mean, we did have a guy who spoke only Spanish, and he never spoke English, so it was kind of hard to tell him that this is a Countries World. But if you do have any friends that speak only Spanish and you speak maybe both English and Spanish, or any language in general, you try to invite them in the world so we can start this language thing up, and and we might have countries that actually speak different languages this time instead of only English. So yeah, I'm looking forward for that. And if that's true, I might have to update some of these boards with both English and Spanish, or whatever language that's second popular. or I might have to, you know, build a separate spawn just for different languages, whatever. This next board, like it says, the religion board, and the FR for Cuba means right here in the religion info, free religion. So they can worship any religion besides atheism. But if you want to worship atheism as well, it's FR plus A. So he's only worships free religion of any religion, and that's his country. But your country, you could choose any religion. You can also choose a fake religion. I wouldn't want any screwing around religions. So if you're gonna screw around and shit like that, I don't like that, you know. I'm not that kind of person. But yeah, Pig in a Suit, he's a new guy in the game. Just started out, he's in survival, like how everybody starts out. But after that, I'll give you creative permissions. So what he has to do is probably watch the video, which I'm not even completed yet, and he has to read the board. He doesn't really have to read all this. He only has to read the freaking main board right here and the rules board. That's the only thing he has to do. Then I give him his creative permissions and stuff. But one of the rules is you always have to join the party when you join. So always be in the party. If you're not in the party, I'm not going to give you any permissions unless you're in the party. Especially for new guys. If you don't like griefers, and last Country's World, we surprisingly only had one griefer, and he was my friend. Actually 2 griefers, and they were both my friends. So yeah, so this next thing, all right, so this is the rules board. This is the, yeah, we're gonna read that to the end, but there's other things that we didn't have before. So we have a new thing called alliances, which we haven't had in the old Country's World. Here we have alliances, which we had alliances before in other Country's World, but we never had a board for it. So this will tell you the countries with their alliances of other countries, and it'll tell you who has alliances with who. This is alliances, and it will tell you all the alliances, and that's it for alliances. And then the new thing we just added that no other Country's World we had before in other seasons, factions. So factions are a little different in countries. It doesn't work the same as factions, and it kind of does, not really, but it's a little different in this world. So factions is 2 countries who collide. And when I mean 2 countries that collide, they're still the same country, but they're under a different military. But 2 countries can collide and have the same military together. So that's what factions is. In our first Country's World, season 2, we had yes, I said first, my bad. But our season 2 Country's World, we had this country factions called the Octagon Union. And there were 4 countries together, and they had to combine their military and stuff, and they were really powerful during World War I and shit, but they kind of got wiped out during World War I after some countries left. The Octagon Union was formed of 4 different countries called Brazil, United Kingdom, which started the Octagon Union, Sweden, and I believe Canada too, and Somalia. So yeah, that's it, guys. This is the map. This is everything. Here's like need to sleep, come right in, and yeah, guys, this is everything. If you really want to join, comment down my video you want to join. My gamer tag is WackoSirJason right here. So yeah, if you want to join, comment down below. And yeah, guys, welcome to a new season of countries. And if you're wondering if you want to put so much effort in this world, you don't have to worry about leaving this world anytime soon, because these country seasons usually last maybe about 6 months until something happens. Usually if the world becomes boring or something gets corrupt. Last season lasted like 5 months, I believe, so you guys don't really have to worry. But other seasons also lasted a couple months, and some just died. So yeah, if you guys want to, you know, everybody, and thank you and have a nice day.